Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? It's Uncle Shad TV, man. I'm back at it with another body cam. Hey, this one, we got a little tyrant officer trying to go off and keep a man from doing his job, overstepping her boundaries. Let's just get straight to the video.
Yeah, back it up now. Right now, before you impede traffic. Back it up.
You don't do it, down.
Back it up. Hurry up before you block the stand lane. Back it up. Back it up.
Stop taking me serious.
Yeah,
right now.
back it up now. Right now, before you impede traffic. Back it up.
You don't do it, down.
Back it up. Hurry up before you block the stand lane. Back it up. Put it in reverse. Back it up.
How you gonna turn?
No, you're not. You're gonna back up right now. All right, get me your driver's license. Let me see your driver's license.
What's the issue here?
Driver's license. Give me your driver's license.
You need a driver's license because he asked you a question like why you can't go through here. I don't know what the problem is here. Let's keep watching. I don't know. Maybe that street can't go down because the truck too big or something. I don't know.
You got your driver's license? Give me your driver's license. Yeah, for impeding traffic, absolutely.
How am I impeding traffic?
He backed up. She told him to back up, and he backed up. And the second he did, she demanded his license and then arrested him. Here's who you're looking at. Carl Jones. He's a delivery driver, and he also works for TxDOT, the Department of Transportation. He knows roads, he knows the work zones, and he knows what a cone means. On this day, he's driving a rented box truck making a delivery on a 2-lane road in Crossroads, Texas. A tree trimming crew has part of the road blocked off with cones, but there's no signs saying that the road is closed, and there's no officer actually out there directing traffic. Just cones. He drives up, but he can't turn that box truck around because it's impossible to turn around a box truck on a 2-lane road. So Officer Holbert decides to walk up, and what she does next is exactly the topic of this video, where we're going to decide whether what she did was lawful or awful. And I want you to wait till the end of the video because there's a portion of this body cam where this officer tells the other officer the real reason why this man was charged. Not what's in the police report, but what she actually says on camera.
Just keep people safe, man. That's all we're
All right.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Like, how am I gonna turn around? It's a 2-lane highway. Okay, now I get the whole gist of it. There's no construction. Like they just doing construction, but it's not saying the road is closed. So, and who's he blocking? Ain't nobody behind him. Okay, let's see what's good.
All right.
Sir, I appreciate some help.
Sure.
Yeah, here goes the truck back there. You're just gonna need to swing around and get in front of.
I don't know how that truck's gonna be able to do it, and they're not even supposed to be on here, right?
Oh, yeah. Hey! No! Back it up! Back it up! Back it up! Back it up! Back it up!
Stop taking me serious.
Yeah,
right now.
back it up now. Before
It's crazy how they talk to people like they damn parents or something. Like people ain't grown at shit out here. You know what I mean? Like she talking to her little kid or something. Like we all grown out here. You know, it's the way grown folks talk to each other. You know what I mean? And not talk down to somebody or try to belittle them like with your tone or whatever the hell you were going through.
right now, before you impede traffic. Back it up!
You don't do it, down.
Back it up! Hurry up before you block the stand lane. Back it up! Put it in reverse. Back it up. No, you're not. You're gonna back up right now. All right, get me your driver's license. Let me see your driver's license. Driver's license. Give me your driver's license.
Well, so you want his driver's license for asking a question? He trying to ask you like, what should I do here? Give me your driver's license. Man, hey, look, I truly don't believe women should be in law enforcement anyway. Like if they by themselves or something, who they apprehending? Who they chasing down? Like They ain't strong enough. Like, you got a grown ass man. Like, they not taking them down by themselves. And they real quick to like pull their gun because they know that they at a disadvantage. So they're quicker to draw their weapon.
That officer just said, before any of this started, I don't know how that truck's going to be able to do it. Because he can't. You can't U-turn a box truck on a 2-lane road.
Sure
They knew
can't.
that on camera before a word was exchanged with Carl Jones. And watch what he actually did. He stopped, he backed up before a single other car was blocked. And the moment his truck was moving in reverse, she was already calling for his license. Under Section 545.363 of the Texas Transportation Code, impeding traffic means driving so slowly you impede the normal movement of other vehicles. He stopped. He complied. No other vehicles were being impeded, so that charge isn't going to hold up. But she's not done. Watch what...
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy got the facts, huh? Well, he a lawyer, so he better have the facts. But he do make a strong point. Like, he couldn't U-turn. He followed her order and all that stuff. She still want to get his license. But like you said, let's continue to watch and see what really happens.
happens now when Jones gets out of the car to ask what's going on.
Yeah, for impeding traffic, absolutely.
How about people traffic? Everybody, no, we
So go in line, go driver's license now.
Everybody said turn around. We've been put. Everybody
Driver's
turn around.
license.
Everybody turn around.
Driver's license.
No.
Yep. Now you need
Nope.
to provide your driver's license.
Nope. Everybody turn around.
You know these trucks aren't even supposed to be here? You see the sign right there?
Yeah, this is not my type of truck, bro.
Hey, go to provide your driver's license. This is now a traffic stop.
Well, I'm still trying to ask you a question. I'm saying
yeah, and
talking
the wrong
to you.
side of the lane, and I told you to back it up.
I'm saying ask
you see my emergency
I'm
light?
still trying to ask you a
Hey, you
question.
need to be quiet. You
I
see
mean,
my emergency
quiet.
lights?
You can't tell nobody to be quiet.
Give me your
Like,
driver's license.
that's the shit I'm talking about. They be trying to control people and shit. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like you're a cop. You supposed to protect and serve and follow law and all that. And he trying to explain himself, and you be like, be quiet. Shut up. Like, he don't have to. First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of speech. He don't have to be quiet. You know what I mean? And he trying to explain himself, and you want to, she ain't even listening, so don't even matter. She made her mind up, no, you didn't listen to me the first time, so therefore I'm going to do my police shit. No, come on, bro. Let's get out of here with that.
License now.
No,
You're going to be
I'm
placed
saying
under
show you
arrest.
right here. You guys, man, I'm not car supervisor.
Hey,
Car supervisor. Car
I'm
supervisor.
supervisor out here.
What car supervisor?
Nope,
I'm making my
no,
license car
no.
supervisor. Car supervisor. I'm making
Right
my
here,
license.
are you being detained
Hold on.
right now?
What I'm saying for?
Your back.
Whoa. Hey, man. Hey, come
Hey.
on, phone, dog. Come.
No, you're
No,
detained
give me a
right now.
supervisor.
You're about to pick up resisting is what you're going to do.
For?
Quit moving. Stop.
Hold on.
Turn
You're
around.
tripping
They
me.
arresting for.
Turn around.
It's just crazy, dog. Grandma, show this video where everybody's turning around right in the middle of the lane.
Hey, you got
Yeah,
in the
you
car.
can. Hey, grab my phone, bro. All right, give him my phone.
Hey, you go have a seat in the
No,
car
grab
now.
my phone. Why you taking my stuff
You
for?
are detained right
Well,
now.
what are you taking my stuff
Go
for?
sit in the car.
I'm not arrested.
You're
What's-
detained right now. You
No, no.
might be under arrest.
What am I on arrest for?
You're detained.
What am I detained for?
What am I detained for?
Exactly.
That's the right question here. Under the Fourth Amendment, a detention requires reasonable suspicion that criminal activity has taken place. Carl Jones had a right to know the basis for the stop. She ended up charging this man with 3 different offenses, and I'm going to go through each one of them and show you why none of them are going to hold up.
Back it up now. Right now, before you impede traffic.
See, that's what I'm talking about. They get frustrated, and then they just want to detain you or put you in handcuffs because you trying to ask them, like, what's going on here? And the first thing they want to do is try to detain you because you being argumentative with them, which you can do. You have the right to know what the hell is going on or what the problem is and why you want to run my license and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you might not know all the laws, but it's like, you know when you're in the right and when you're in the wrong type deal. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, they always right because they got a badge. They ain't always true.
Charge number 1, interference with public duties, which is from Section 38.15 of the Texas Penal Code. A person commits an offense if the person with criminal negligence interrupts, disrupts, impedes, or otherwise interferes with a peace officer while the peace officer is performing a duty or exercising authority
He didn't do
imposed
that.
or granted by law.
He didn't do that.
Notice, this offense requires someone to act with criminal negligence, which is defined as acting as a gross deviation from what a reasonable person would do. But you just saw what he did. He drove to a work zone where there's just cones and no officer was directing traffic. He stopped when he was told to stop. He backed up when he was told to back up. That's not criminal negligence. That's just a person driving like any other reasonable driver would have driven in the same circumstances.
Councilman, I'm making my life here.
Right, be detained
Hold on.
right now.
What
Put your
I'm saying
hands behind
for?
your back.
Whoa. Whoa. Hey, man. Hey, come
Hey.
on, dog. Come.
No, you're
No,
detained
give me a
right now.
supervisor.
You're about to think of resisting is what you're going to do.
For?
Which brings me to charge number 2, resisting arrest, section 38.03 of the Texas Penal Code. But the real question here is whether he actually
But how's he
used
resisting?
force to resist or to pull away. Now, Officer Holbert claims that Jones pulled away from her, but you can see the footage here, even though a lot of it's obscured through her vest. But here's the bigger problem with this charge, because normally in most states, in order for this to be truly resisting arrest, there must be an underlying lawful arrest for him to resist. But the problem is, even though that's the normal case in most states, Texas law is different. See, normally in most states, if the stop itself was unlawful, then there's no arrest to resist. But in Texas, this isn't a defense. In fact, in the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals case known as Ford versus State, the court said, and I quote, "The elimination of the common law right to resist arrest reflects a growing realization that the use of self-help to prevent an unlawful arrest presents too great a threat to the safety of individuals and society to be sanctioned." In other words, they finished their opinion by saying, we're not going to let you use that as a defense because you don't know enough about the law to determine if it was a lawful arrest. So I guarantee you Officer Holbert knew this and decided to press forward by claiming resisting.
Give me your driver's license.
Oh, they always say that. You could be as compliant as you want to be. You could be standing there like a damn statue with your hands behind your back, not moving, and they still be like, stop resisting. And then I'm not resisting, but what are you talking about? Like my hand, he just confused, like, yo, like why are you trying to arrest me? Or why are you trying to put me in handcuffs? For asking, you know what I mean? For the same thing I've been saying. It's like, I just want clarification at this point. And it's like, it don't matter what he say, they don't care. So she's just gonna try to bring him up on any charges. Hope she got fired after this or something.
Sure, you right here. You guys, man, I'm not car supervisor.
Hey,
Car supervisor.
I'm supervisor out here.
What, car supervisor?
Nope,
I'm making my
no,
license car
yeah.
supervisor. Car supervisor, I'm making my license.
Right, be detained
Hold on.
right now.
What
Put
I'm
your
saying
hands behind
for?
your back.
Charge number 3, failure to identify, section 521.025 of the Texas
You have to be in the
Transportation
criminal
Code.
act,
Now,
right?
normally you're required to display your license on demand of a peace officer. But the Supreme Court held in Delaware versus Pross back in 1979 that cops can't just detain someone in order to gain access to their license. There has to be a lawful reason for the stop first. No valid reason for a stop, no requirement to produce the ID. Real quick, you see this right here? This is the Plod Note Pen S, and I use it every single day. Meetings, strategy sessions, brainstormings, anything where the details actually matter. And as a criminal defense attorney, I can tell you,
I'm gonna
when
let him
something
go ahead and
serious
get his
happens,
advertisement
the
on.
question that always comes up is what was actually said. Not what you remember, not what someone claims you said, and not what ends up in a report, but what actually happened. That's why I tell people all the time, document everything. If you're pulled over, questioned, or in an important conversation, and it's legal and safe to record where you are, protect yourself by preserving the details. But
Hey, yo, that's true facts, man. From now on, like every time, well, everybody do it now. Like every time they get pulled over or interacting with the police, something, they start recording, because then you have video evidence. They can't just say, and I'm glad they got the body cam now, because they can't just say, oh, he was resisting, and then they just take their word as gold. And if you got a good lawyer or a good defense attorney, which, you know, those like diamond, I mean, you ain't never gonna get a real good defense attorney. I mean, let's just face it. But you know what I mean? They can look at the footage and be like, yo, he wasn't resisting, or he wasn't that, or he could break it down like this lawyer doing, breaking everything down, and get all them charges dropped and dismissed, and then you be free.
the problem is most people panic. They forget. They fumble their phone. Their audio's terrible. That's why I use Plod. It clips right on, records clear audio with dual microphones and noise cancellation, then automatically transcribes and summarizes everything with AI. You get speaker labels, organized notes, and different AI templates for meetings, calls, strategy sessions, or conversations you need to remember. It's smaller than AirPods, records up to 20 hours continuously, and lets you search months of recordings with one question. If details matter, Plod helps you capture them. And Plot is running a Prime Day promotion right now. So use the code Hampton in the link down in the description. 3 charges and 3 problems for those cops. But here's the part you really need to hear. Because there's a moment coming up here on this body camera that tells you everything you need to know as to why Carl Jones was actually charged.
So he comes over around here to go around us, and I had all this shut down. Obviously, we're shut down. Yeah. So I told him to back it up. And he's refusing. He's like, no, I'm
He
the
did.
said, no.
He did. Oh, what? She lying like a mug, bruh. He didn't say no. Fuck her and all. No. Well, hold on. Yeah, see, I'm glad they got body cam, dude. She's straight lying. And this is what females do, dude. They lie to make this. Well, people in general are just gonna lie to make themselves look better. That's a straight lie. He never said that.
So finally, got him to back up. Then he hops out of the car at me, like, where's your ID? This is now a traffic stop. No, I don't gotta give you out with his phone recording. So I don't have an ID on him or nothing yet.
If he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to ID himself?
Nope.
You have interfering with public duties.
Yeah.
So that's what we use now because they made it a Class C.
Yeah.
That's what we use.
So
If they fail, are you training?
yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay,
what
stop.
what the lawyer just explained is that he wasn't in the act of any criminal activity. He complied. He did all that. He just questioned what's going on. But he about to explain right now, as you can see. So let's hear what he got to say.
Right there. Listen to this.
You have interfering with public duties.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah,
we use.
how's
now, 'cause
that?
they made it a Class C.
Yeah.
That's what we use.
So
If they fail,
I want you to hear what that officer just said. He did not say that Carl Jones just committed the offense of interference with public duties. He did not describe what Carl Jones did and say that it fit the statute. He explained that the charge of interference with public duties is what you write on the ticket when that person doesn't comply, when they fail. That is what we call a pretext charge. And it was explained out loud in front of Officer Holbert,
crazy.
who said absolutely nothing. If they fail to do what? Hand over their ID? Fail to get in the car without asking why? Fail to stop asking questions? You see, Carl Jones did ask questions, and that's not a crime in the state of Texas or anywhere else in the United States. And the fact that asking questions earns you an interference with public duties charge is the fact of what I deal with every day in my practice, and is exactly what this channel is all about. Now watch what Jones tells the sergeant when he finally arrives.
Okay, so Officer Holbert tells me that you guys had an encounter on a traffic stop. Tell me what happened.
First off, I'm being arrested and detained right now.
Right now you're being detained.
Okay.
no, I told him he's under arrest.
So what's my?
Okay.
I want to charge for. What's going on?
Well, she told you you're under arrest right now.
Okay, cool.
So I'm trying to figure out your side of the story.
What am I arrested for?
She's told me that just interfering and then resisting.
Interfering, resisting. Okay, issue. We're on 2-lane road.
Okay.
One, I always work with the sex dots, so I know the road's not closed. One, you got cones, that means you go around. It's not necessarily mean the road's closed, right? Then one, I can't tell how to turn around. Then two, all the cars to turn around, but I'm not capable to turn around. So I'm like, okay, man, we'll put up on the side of her. I mean, one, nobody's out there directing traffic. I don't know where they at.
Well, they were out there directing
Yeah,
traffic,
they
correct?
where they at though. No. They, where were they at? Where were they at?
Yeah,
I
right.
wasn't out there, so
okay.
but I'm telling you what she told me. They were
Ask
out
her.
there directing traffic.
Ask where
No,
she
they
at
wasn't.
traffic. So
They be
now
backing
I'm
the
going
bull
side.
too,
Okay,
the
now
bullshit.
What's going on? Back up. I'm okay, cool, but where am I going though? I mean, I'm just sitting here. What's going on? Oh, we backing up. At the point. I mean, I can't get the whole story. And at the point is, I'm on the side of her. And she keeps trying to take me back up.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. But what are we doing out there? What's going on? I mean, is the road shut down? What's going around? At this point, she's like, give me an ID. I'm like, for what? What do I do now? I'm backed up. I got out the truck to come speak with her, try to figure out what's the issue is, what's going on, what can I do here? Because me backing up, trying to turn around like everybody else is doing, obstructing traffic, I can't do that. So I'm like, man, I can't do that. So,
But yeah,
what am
use
I
your
supposed
use your brain. He can't make a U-turn in a box truck on a 2-lane highway. You can clearly see it's dirt and everything on the other side. Like he like, where you want me to go? Like, come on, man. Use your brain. Some people are stupid. All common sense ain't common. You know what I mean? Like, some people just dumb. Or she was too wanting to be like heard and listened to. Adhere to her order that she wasn't even using her brain. Like, like I said, you know, that's why I don't think women should be in law enforcement. She getting too emotional because no boy questioned her. That's all it was. Then all of a sudden, instead of sitting there explaining like, okay, well, do this and figuring out a solution, you're detained because you're not listening to me. Come on, man. It's bullshit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't. I mean, it's like she said, whatever she said. Then at that point, it's really what it is. It's I'm me trying to get through traffic like everybody else.
Okay.
And it goes left.
Okay. So what you're saying is did you see anybody directing traffic or what?
Nope.
Because you're saying
Nobody in the direct traffic. Nope. I ain't in the traffic. I work TikTok, bro. So I know what's going on. How it goes. Just because you got cones out there. Then second again, this is wrong road. If this road is shut down, where's the sign that saying that this road is shut down? There's no sign out there.
Okay,
No sign.
Okay, it might be temporary shutdown, so we don't have to put a sign out there when there's a police officer.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Wait, he making up shit. It don't have to be a sign out there because the police officer there. Well, how the hell am I supposed to know that the road is temporarily shut down because the cop is right there? They do that all the time for like road safety. Like they get behind the construction workers, make sure nobody hit them or none of that. You know, just because they're there don't mean the road shut down. So you know what I mean? That's bullshit.
Directing traffic right along.
They were out there directing traffic, my understanding.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So why
No,
did
they
you not
wasn't.
come to her?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, I don't, what was I being detained for?
Well, so one, you're being confrontational and failing to provide your
That's
ID.
not a crime.
Okay, and it was a traffic stop.
Okay.
You were confrontational from the get-go.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I had asked you multiple times to back up, and you refused to back up. You wanted to argue in the middle of the road.
Okay.
You were impeding traffic on both ends.
How did my
Okay.
truck- how did my
So
truck
my
get behind
my emergency lights,
Yes, yes, question.
and cones in the back.
Yes, sir.
That was mean stop. Do not go around.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, what you should have is waited.
Okay.
Okay. Just waited instead of trying to pass anyone. That was unsafe.
Okay. Okay.
So now listen, if you would have just backed up that first time, I wouldn't have had to check out.
He did back
I had
up.
to redirect my attention onto you from everything else. I was there for a safety feature for TxDOT, all right? Making sure no one else is getting hurt, but now you're putting the attention on you, all right? And that's why we are here now.
She told me that you have to speak with supervisor. What can I help you with?
Why am I being traffic stopped? I didn't violate no laws.
Okay.
Why am I being stopped? That's just like any day. They just like me riding down the road. Hey, sir, pull on. I want your ID. Well, first, sir, I have the right to ask why. Like I can tell, man, I know my rights now. You just can't tell me, hey, give me an ID for the hell of it. I mean, what did I do wrong?
What did I do wrong?
Exactly.
So he said. He had asked that question from the very moment
Yeah.
that Officer Holbert demanded his license. In fact, he kept asking that question the moment the handcuffs came on.
She full of shit.
And the moment he was forced into the back of the car. He just wanted to know what he did wrong. That's because he didn't do anything wrong.
All right, give me your driver's license. Let me see your driver's license. You're detained.
What am I detained for? So what's my, I mean, I want to charge, sir. What's going on?
Now look, Carl Jones handled a lot of this the right way. But there's one thing I would have told him before this encounter took place. If cops stop you and you don't know why, say this. Officer, I want to cooperate fully, but I need to know the basis for the stop. If they turn around and ask for your ID before explaining why, say this. I want to make sure I comply with the law. Am I free to leave?
Let me write
or
that
am I
down.
being-
Hold on. Where are my notes at? I need to write that down. Shit. I need to write. No one talks like this, by the way, but yeah, write that down. I think that like he know the legal terms, you know what I'm saying, and make everything clear. I want to make sure I comply with you with the law. Am I free to leave or am I being detained? That's a good question.
detained.
Councilman, I'm making my
Right,
right to
you're
left.
gonna be detained
Hold on.
right now.
What am I detained for?
Whoa.
Whoa.
And then if they jump to conclusions and they place you under arrest, and even though you've done nothing wrong, if you're in Texas, watch out. Don't use them acting unlawfully as a reason for you to pull back, because they're going to charge you with resisting arrest.
So at that point, it became interfering with our duties and then blocking a lane. So he was impeding traffic on top of it. And then this became a traffic stop. Okay? During a traffic stop, you're required to provide your driver's license, okay? And he did not do so.
Okay.
Then he resisted me the whole time. Listen,
tell you if-
all he had to do was back up the
He
truck.
didn't
All
resist
he
you the
had
whole
to
time.
do was back up the
He
truck.
did back up.
He did back up the truck. That's what started all of this. Now, here's what the official record shows. The citations that were issued to Carl Jones were reviewed and found to be invalid. They were submitted for dismissal, and the internal investigation concluded the detention and the arrest of Carl Jones were unwarranted. Officer Holbert only received a written reprimand. But on June 17, 2025, she was terminated from the Crossroads Police Department. Not for this incident, but for something else entirely different that I may cover on an upcoming video. Her peace officer license is now listed as inactive, and she is not eligible to operate as a peace officer in the state of Texas. Which brings me to the verdict today. Were the actions of Officer Holbert and Carl Jones lawful or awful? Let's start with Officer Holbert. There was no officer directing traffic like she claimed. She screamed at a box truck driver to do something her own colleague said he couldn't do. He did it anyway. She arrested him. An officer explained on camera that the charge was really just punishment for non-compliance. The investigation agreed. She was reprimanded and later fired. Officer Holbert, awful, and later fired. But what about
Yeah. Well, let me finish hearing this.
Carl Jones? He stopped when he was told to stop. He backed up when he was told to back up. He asked what he was charged with. He requested a supervisor and explained himself clearly while sitting in handcuffs. The investigation agreed with every point that he made. Was he confrontational? Yes, he was. But when you know you're right and you're being held in handcuffs, that's a normal human response. But the law doesn't grade on feelings. For Carl Jones, he acted lawful. But I want you to notice the body camera, the use of your camera is your witness. Without this camera footage, it would have been Carl Jones's word against Officer Holbert, and we all know how that would have turned out. But if you think this
100% we know how that would have turned out, and she needed to be fired because she just used abuse of power. Like she don't know how to de-escalate. They train her to de-escalate the situation. She's sitting there yelling at him like that's her 3-year-old son or something, instead of de-escalating, trying to understand what he's saying. That way she could clearly, explain what she's talking about, and then that could have been avoided. Honestly, he got out like, yo, what's going on? She could have just been like, look, it's a road right here, blah, blah, blase, blase. Well, I can't make a U-turn as you can see. Then she could have been like, yeah, you're right. Well, just back up right here, and then they could have figured something out, and it wouldn't have been that a big deal. So she needed to be fired. Like I said, I don't believe women should be in law enforcement and all that other stuff, because they use their emotions too much, and then they abuse power. Women don't only abuse power, but you got the men out there that abuse their power too. So I can't just say that, but she clearly abused her power right there. And she done it more than once because she got fired for it on another case. But hey, I'm gonna leave it right there, man. This is Uncle Shaw TV, man. I need y'all to hit that like button, that subscription button, leave a comment, hype the video up, and I get back at y'all.